Hello everyone and welcome to Sunup. I'm Lyndall Stout. We join you today from the 18th annual Tulsa Farm Show here at the Tulsa State Fairgrounds this weekend. We begin by getting you up to speed on what's been going on in Washington as it relates to agriculture spending. After the Super Committee missed that late November deadline, it looks like those automatic spending cuts could be on the way. Larry Sanders is an Ag Policy Extension Specialist.
We're in this gray zone right now of technically, even though they failed to meet their deadline, Congress could still come up with those cuts by the 23rd of December.
Sanders says most people in Washington believe that the December deadline will also pass by.
The law says now what will happen is that in January, the administration and Congress will begin a mandatory process to come up with the cuts automatically. And 50% of those must come from the defense budget and 50% from non-defense.
Things like Social Security, Medicare above a certain cap, food and nutrition, and a few other social programs are off the table, meaning they won't be cut.
So that's one option. The next option is that Congress could agree sometime in 2012, and they could come up with the equivalent amount of cuts to preempt the automatic cuts from taking place. Politically, it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Especially in an election year.
When they go into this automatic process and those things aren't on the table anymore, it means that proportionally more will have to be cut from the programs that matter most to farmers.
Ag Policy Specialist Jody Campeche explains what's already in the proposal.
What's likely to happen is probably late January, early February, Farm Bill hearings will start taking place for the 2012 Farm Bill. Now, because this proposal is in place, they'll likely follow some of the same principles that they discussed in this proposal. And I'll talk about a few of the details that are quite a bit different from the 2008 Farm Bill. And some of these same details will probably follow over to the new 2012 Farm Bill. However, there will be a lot of commodity groups and interest groups who are going to have their say in the Farm Bill debate, as we're probably going to go into a more traditional Farm Bill process, more so than what happened in the last few months. So the number one thing is that it looks like there's going to be an elimination of direct payments. So direct payments, also countercyclical payments, sure payments, and then the acre program. It looks like they're going to be replacing that program with a ag risk revenue coverage program that also protects against price and yield losses, that similar to how the acre program is ran, but it'll be on more of a either county or crop reporting district level. The current acre program is on a state level, so we're trying to get the losses down to a more localized level at the county or crop reporting district. Also, there's going to be some changes to crop insurance. They're looking at strengthening the crop insurance program, as they found that crop insurance is just a really, really important tool for our producers. And one of the things that they're looking at is having a standalone insurance program just for cotton producers. Also, a new area-wide supplemental revenue coverage for all producers. And both of these programs would be in addition to the current crop insurance. Some of the other changes are, again, more changes to the AGI limits, the average gross income limits, to limit payments to really wealthy farmers. Also, there's going to be some cuts to conservation, as has been discussed. It looks like there's going to be a consolidation of a lot of the programs. Right now, there's about 23 conservation programs, and they're looking at reducing that to about 13. So trying to consolidate and streamline many of the programs that are out there. For the Conservation Reserve Program, it'll still be in place, but likely a reduction in the acreage cap. The proposal also contains some cuts to the food and nutrition part of the Farm Bill, about $4 billion in cuts. Now, this is just a general overview of what they have discussed, and they haven't came out with any of the specific details because they're kind of waiting until the 2012 Farm Bill debate, the actual debate, to take place, and likely a lot of these things may change, but just the key thing is that, they did come together really quickly on some agreements and came up with some ideas, and it's quite likely that these ideas will be in the next Farm Bill with obviously some minor or major tweaks to some of the programs.